Renault has been a little slow in bringing a Qashqai-sized crossover to the market, something of a surprise given its partnership with Nissan. Now that obvious hole in Renault's product lineup has been filled by this car, the Kadjar.
Although it shares 60% of its parts with the Qashqai, almost everything you routinely see or touch is pure Renault. So the styling may share similar proportions to the Qashqai, but the details are very different. The range of engines will be familiar to anyone running Qashqais on their fleet though, and they're impressively efficient. There's a 130 horsepower petrol with CO2 emissions as low as 126 grams a kilometre, but the diesel models are the ones which are most likely to be of interest to fleet users.
Pride of place goes to the 110 horsepower 1.5 litre diesel, which emits as little as 99 grams a kilometre. That puts the car in the 19% benefit in kind bracket for 2016 to 17. Just remember though that the level of emissions will vary depending on the size of the alloy wheels fitted, so cars with 16 or 17 inch alloys dip under the 100 grams a kilometre barrier, but cars like our long-termer with 19 inch alloy wheels emit 103 grams a kilometre.
Renault recognises that drivers wanting a high spec may nonetheless want to minimise their tax bill, so it's possible to order cars which usually come with big alloys as standard on smaller wheels. These will also help the ride quality, which can feel rather choppy on 19-inch alloys.
Despite its modest power and torque figures, the 1.5 performs well enough so long as you don't let the revs drop too low. If you do feel the need for more power, there's a 130 horsepower 1.6 litre engine which is also available with four-wheel drive. However, for business use, the 1.5 really is the one to go for.
Whatever engine is chosen, the Kadjar's interior feels well made, a significant improvement on Renault's from just a few years ago.
It's practical too, with enough head and leg room in the back for adults to travel in comfort, although it's a shame there aren't any air vents either between the front seats or in the door pillar to keep those travelling in the rear of the car supplied with chilled air.
The Kadjar's boot is a decent size, and there are levers on either side of the tailgate to fold the back seats down. That leaves a floor that's almost flat. Most of these pros and cons are shared with the Qashqai, so does the Kadjar do anything to beat its close relative and rival? The most obvious advantage is price. It generally undercuts the equivalent Nissan, but in terms of cost per mile, there's almost nothing in it.
Whatever measure you choose to compare them by, it's a close-run thing between the Kadjar and the Qashqai. The Renault isn't decisively better than the Nissan, but it is good enough to be right up there with the very best mid-sized crossovers.